Today in this e-learning session we shall discuss about the second part of meiosis. In the previous session we discussed about meiosis first, also known as reduction division, and the phase which was responsible for the reduction of chromosome number and genetic recombination between maternal and paternal chromosomes. After meiosis 1, next the cell enters into next state of division, which is known as meiosis 2. It is also known as meiotic mitosis or equational division. Now, why equational? Because here the chromosome number is maintained. This is a typical mitosis, as we have discussed in earlier sessions, and the chromosomes which have already reduced in number, they simply get separate from each other, they segregate from each other. Now this was the condition that we obtained after meiosis 1. Parental arm, recombinant arm and paternal arm. One was maternal chromosome and another was paternal chromosome. These were present in different nuclei. So in meiosis 1, it was the separation of homologous chromosomes, whereas in meiosis 2, now the separation of sister chromatids will take place. Meiosis 1, separation of non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes, whereas here separation of sister chromatids of a chromosome will take place. That is why it is known as equational division, and this one was reduction division. Now this meiosis second, it may be followed by a period of rest, which is known as interkinesis or interphase. Though DNA replication doesn't take place. Now here I would like to draw the last stage of meiosis 1, where the DNA was uncoiled, relaxed, long, present in nuclear membrane and nucleolus. So here a period of rest may be there, or it may directly enter into meiosis 2. The meiosis 2 is made up of 4 phases: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. Prophase 2 and telophase 1, there is no as such difference between them. We cannot distinguish between these two phases. They more or less appear same. The chromosomes, they condense, become short, get arranged on the metaphasic plate like this. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus, it disappears in the last prophase. the chromosomes get attached on the equatorial plate, imaginary plate. The kinetochores, it attaches with the spindle apparatus, and the chromosomes, they get ready for separation. Now these two sister chromatids will separate from each other. Just revising, in meiosis 1, the type of movement was syntelic. That is, the kinetochores, both the kinetochores of a chromosome, they moved to one pole, and of another chromosome they moved to another pole, like this. But in this case, in anaphase 2, the amphiteric condition takes place. Amphiteric condition means that one kinetochore towards one pole and another kinetochore towards another pole. Just as we read in mitosis, here the separation takes place and these two sister chromatids, they start separating from each other. Now friends, these two sister chromatids are attached together by cohesin protein known as cohesin protein. Now here something very interesting is taking place. These two chromatids are attached by a cohesin protein which breaks by the activity of another protease enzyme known as separase. And now this separase is kept inactive by another protein known as securin, and this securin is again controlled by another complex known as APC, that is anaphase promoting complex. Now this APC, first of all, it destroys the securin. The securin then activates separin, and when the separin activates, it then breaks down cohesin. Cohesin proteins responsible for keeping these chromatids attached with each other. So finally, this protein, it breaks up and the chromatids, they separate from each other and start moving to opposite poles. Now, out of these two, one is having recombinant arm. Same is the case here. Now, this separation of chromatids is at random. Any arm may go to any pole. A gamete may receive either the parental or the recombinant one. So, what happens here in the last? In telophase 2, these 4 chromosomes, they move to opposite poles. The chromosomes, they become uncoiled, uncondensed, relaxed. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappears, thereby making 4 nuclei. Now these 4 nuclei will then make 4 gametes. So this is how meiosis 2 takes place, resulting into 4 nuclei with n number of chromosomes. Now just summarizing what we have discussed in these two sessions about meiosis. Meiosis is a specialized type of division in which two main processes take place: recombination between maternal and paternal chromosomes, which creates biodiversity variation, and secondly, the chromosome number is maintained after every generation, and because of that purpose, the gametes, they receive just half the chromosome number as that of the parental cells. Now, just revising, meiosis can be divided into two stages: meiosis 1, meiosis 2. Meiosis 1, where when you consider two chromosomes, they came together, they pair with each other, there was formation of a synaptimal complex, exchange of genetic material took place between them, sharing a very small segment of chromosome. Condensation takes place. The arrangement of these on metaphysic plate, separation, and in the last of meiosis 1, we got two nuclei having half the chromosome number. The chromosome was having one parental arm and one recombinant arm. This division was also known as reductional division, and in this division it was the separation of non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. Non-sister chromatid separation took place in the first division, while in the second meiotic division the separation of these two sister chromatids takes place. Separation of these two sister chromatids took place, resulting into 4 nuclei. Two cells having parental chromosomes and two having recombinant chromosomes. So this is just what we have studied in the whole meiotic system. Meiosis is a process of double reduction. How double reduction? Here, reduction takes place at two levels. First is the reduction division, that is meiosis 1, and another one is equational division, that is meiosis 2. Now this was a modified mitosis, whereas this was a typical mitosis, and out of one cell we get 4 cells in the last with half the chromosome number and 50% of the cells having recombinant genes. Now coming to next very important aspect of meiosis, that is cytokinesis. In plants we observe cytokinesis of two types. First is successive type, in which the first nuclear division is followed by first cell division, and the second nuclear division is followed by second cell division. It is found in monocots. first nuclear division followed by cell division, and we get a diad here. Now after second nuclear division, a second wall formation take place and a tetrad is formed like this in isobilateral form. The another type of division that we came across is simultaneous. That is a very unique feature of dicots. Here, after first nuclear division, there is no cell division. First nuclear division is not followed by cell division. After that, second nuclear division takes place, 4 nuclei are formed and all the walls are laid down together. Simultaneous wall formation takes place like this. Now this is known as tetrahedral tetrad type of spore arrangement, and it is a unique feature of dicots. So the cytokinesis is of successive type in monocots, while it is simultaneous type in dicots, and in this way the 4 haploid gametes are formed. In monocots they are arranged normally in isobilateral form, whereas in dicots they are arranged in tetrahedral tetrads. Now in the last, before concluding this lecture, I would like to differentiate both mitosis and meiosis. In mitosis, out of one cell we get 2 daughter cells with no change in chromosome number, whereas in meiosis from one cell we get 4 daughter cells with half the chromosome number. In meiosis, the first division is reduction division and the second one was equational division, whereas mitosis is just equational division. In the first division, sister chromatids of homologous chromosome took place. In this, separation of sister chromatids of a chromosome took place. Separation of sister chromatids of a chromosome took place. Now the third point of difference is no pairing in mitosis. It was pairing which may be responsible for recombination. It is not necessary that after pairing recombination take place. So it may or may not lead to recombination. But in meiosis, pairing takes place. In meiosis, a very special structure is formed when the homologous chromosomes were making a bivalent, and this structure is known as synaptomal complex, which is not observed in mitosis. So, in this last part of our cell cycle, we have seen various aspects about cell cycle. We have seen mitosis, a type of division responsible for our normal growth and development. We also studied about a specialized type of division, that is meiosis, which is no doubt a very complicated type of division, responsible for the huge biodiversity and variation present in nature. We all are a result of meiosis. In the next session, we shall be discussing about the DNA replication and DNA damage. Thank you.